Can we start off with on the tag board? It said it's illegal to put your poop bag in someone else's trash can. We now have our lawyer here. Charlie, is it illegal? Your trash is down at the end of the street. Somebody's walking by. They pick up their dog's poop. They put it in the bag. They put it in your trash can. Is it illegal?
I would say it is not illegal.
And I would say you're wrong. You ready for this?
Oh my.
Go ahead.
Michigan Penal Code 750-552A.
Never liked 552A.
Any person who shall dump, deposit, or place any filth, garbage, or refuse in or on the grounds or premises of another without specific permission of the owner thereof shall be guilty.
Yeah,
of a misdemeanor.
but it's down at the end of the
property.
street. Yeah,
but not your garbage can.
Right.
A garbage can is at the end of your street.
That's a trash, a nuisance, trespass, loitering.
Look at my garage.
You can't throw it in my yard. I can't throw it in my yard, but you can put it in the trash can.
And I don't think you have a whole lot of. I don't think you're stealing anything. You're just getting rid of some of your trash
in a receptacle that is
known for trash.
Right.
If I put it on your front porch, that's probably a crime.
Okay.
Based on that.
There you go.
But the garbage can, I think, is different.
Mailbox.
Well, I think that's a federal law that says you cannot put anything in a mailbox.
In a mailbox,
because that's for federal property.
employee.
And the other thing is, can I go through your garbage? You threw it away. Why not?
Yeah, I think maybe you could.
I'd have to look.
my
That is
garbage.
But you don't want it anymore. You've indicated that by putting it out on the end of the street.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
I'd have to look at that
Coming
one
up
as the
next
hard
week
one.
on the verdict.
That's the hard one.
People drive around and pick items out of garbage all the time.
They do.
They
And
do.
sometimes
Fix
you
it
set
up.
stuff down
So
there,
I
old
think
furniture
you
for
might-
people to take.
If the intent is the person is to get rid of it,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
then I think you might be able to go through the garbage.
Wow.
I would, but I have to check
right.
out. That one is a harder one.
Check it out.
That
I think we've got
was
it.
a service to our viewers.
I think it was.
Because that was not planned, but we had an
not
expert
planned.
here, and we had a tweet on the board, and we said we got to get to the bottom of it.
No
Yeah,
doubt
to the
about it.
bottom.
All right, will he or won't he? Donald Trump still waiting, or the country really waiting to see if he's going to be indicted or not?
So as I understand, the grand jury only meets a couple days a week. One of them is today, but I understand they're doing a different case today. Therefore, if there's an indictment in New York on the Stormy Daniels hush money case, it'll be next week. Do I think that they will? I think they probably will, because grand juries, for the most part, if there's you can indict a ham sandwich. That's what they say. So I think there probably will be an indictment. But is this a good move? I don't know. I think there's a ton of problems with this case, and I've said it before. Just reading what I've been reading about this case, you're basically proving. So it's a campaign violation of a federal law, and yet you're trying to prove this in a state case. I think that's very problematic for me. But nevertheless, if Donald Trump used campaign money to pay Stormy Daniels, the porn star for whatever, then I guess there's a crime there. Yes.
Is the Attorney General Alvin Bragg in New York, is he getting
District Attorney.
Potentially getting cold feet?
Yeah, that's a good question, but I don't
why
think
do they
so.
keep pushing
I think he's worried about it. So what they can do, they can have a whole bunch of witnesses. So I looked at the witnesses. The star witness is Michael Cohen. That was the Trump lawyer, but they've had a lot of problems between the two of them. Michael Cohen allegedly took Trump's money and then gave it to Stormy Daniels. Nothing came out of the campaign. However, I don't know what Michael Cohen testified to, because grand juries are secret. But then they brought in Robert Costello, Trump's lawyer, that says everything was above board. But then the DA, Bragg, put in this guy named David Pecker. He is the head of the National Enquirer, or formerly, and there was a deal that the National Enquirer would get an exclusive right to the Stormy Daniels story. But really, they were friends with Trump. Trump wanted to buy Stormy Daniels off so they could kill the story. And that's what it was. So I don't know. It's all secret stuff here.
Is there any strategy involved to Donald Trump himself coming out a week ago saying this is all going to happen, wait for it, and then nothing happened?
I think it is a strategy.
Is it a play?
Yeah, I do think it's a strategy. I think if there's no indictment, I think we're going to hear a lot about that on the campaign trail. And it's kind of what I'm saying is usually indictments are pretty easy to get because the practice is it's only the district attorney, or in Michigan we call him the prosecutor, and there's no opposition really.
Wow.
You really can't cross-examine anybody. So we don't do this in Michigan on these felony charges. We have a preliminary exam, everything's out in the open. But in New York and about half the states in the country, they have these indictments. I don't like them, but they have them.
How about that?
Can I say something really quickly on this subject before? I got a credible source just came in, said investigative producers and reporters go through trash often to make sure that they get all the evidence that they can
There
when they're
you go.
doing
That's something.
investigation.
Are you going to
There
name your
you go.
source?
I don't know, but
Journalistic integrity.
we all know him. He's down the hall from us.
I was wondering if we were doing things the right way.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's a messy job. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
you gotta do what you gotta do, though.
it.
Charlie,
I
sit
think
tight.
it's legit.
We're going to come back talk about a celebrity who's on trial for a ski accident. Wild story.
It is wild.
We'll be right back with Charlie. Laughing about it. We are laughing about it, but it's a trial involving actress Gwyneth Paltrow expected to wrap up today. She's being sued by a retired optometrist for injuries he claims Paltrow caused during a ski accident 7 years ago in 2016. Charlie, back with us now.
I'm telling you, this case is one case that should never have been in the courtroom, ever. This case, okay, the facts is that, and it's disputed, either Gwyneth Paltrow ran into the plaintiff, Dr. Terry Sanderson, or the other way around. The plaintiff, the doctor, ran into Paltrow. Don't know. It's a factual dispute.
Right.
And the other thing is his injuries. She's being sued. She is saying that they have pre-existing conditions. This could be a car accident case. It could be a slip and fall. This is a civil case, not criminal. Nobody's going to jail. It's for money only.
Right.
And the arguments being made here are the same in every one of these cases. Liability. Whose fault is it? Did she run in or did he run into each other? That's one. And then the damages. Are they related? Are they not? We could just change the facts and make this a car accident, and it would be the same. But, and 95.5% of these cases are settled before they get to court. This is just the way it is. They settle them. Except this one, and I don't know why. I think because there's a famous person involved. There may be insurance money too in here. I would think if any one of us would be sued for negligence, our homeowner's insurance may cover it, assuming Gwyneth Paltrow owns a home, and she probably does, and she probably has a lot of money in it. I think she would.
But wait a minute, if someone runs into you on a ski hill, which is what happened here, this guy's saying Gwyneth Paltrow went down, ran into me, and now I'm suing her for money. Isn't there some expectation of risk when you put on a set of skis and you go to a ski resort? How is she responsible for that?
Only if I'm there.
So there is, and there's a law in Utah, as there is in Michigan, can't sue the ski lodge. The lodge you can't sue, but the individual you can. They don't have the benefit of that. Now, we can get technical here. There may be an amount of assuming the risk. So yeah, or what they call comparative negligence, meaning if you're skiing and you're not a good skier, this was a beginning hill, I understand, so neither one of these people are good skiers, I guess. Anyway, you may assume some negligence yourself, which this doctor here, I think is he a doctor?
Yeah,
optometrist.
Dennis. Yeah.
All right.
Is it optometrist?
Yep.
Optometrist.
That's an eye doctor, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
he didn't
yeah.
see. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. I didn't know. Anyway, but there's an amount of negligence that he may have done because he didn't know how to ski properly or whatever. So this is a typical case for a civil case. But it's just weird with these facts, and TikTok is having so much fun with her and the trial and the lawyers and everything.
I'll tell you what, from a entertainment publicity point of view, this is the most we've talked about Gwyneth Paltrow in a while.
Yeah, she had a movie in a
No,
but
she has her own company. Goop, and,
Goop,
she does her different products and all that. So
It's interesting.
Just saying.
It's interesting. That's very...
She's suing for $1, and she's getting way more than $300,000 worth of publicity right now.
Yeah, so it was the demand from the doctor was $3 million. It went down to $300,000. But the reason that she's countersuing for $1, because if the jury says the doctor gets nothing, there could be an argument that the doctor's going to have to pay all the attorney fees for
that's
Paltrow.
great.
So it's
That's
a little
why. It's $1,
strategy
but attorney
move.
fees.
The dollar doesn't
yeah.
care about it.
Oh yeah.
But it is that little technical
Do you
thing.
think you think she'll win? How can you tell?
I think she's going to win. I think it's going to be called a no cause. The jury's going to say, doctor, you're not entitled to anything. You either assume the risk, you were more than 50% negligent, or your injuries are not related he's closed head injury or a traumatic brain injury.
Right.
They're not related to this particular accident. I think one
Or
of those.
Gwyneth Paltrow looks really nice in court. Go home.
Charlie, what do you got coming up tonight? Let it rip.
Well, Donald Trump, is he in trouble? We're going to be talking about that. We're going to talk about the right to work tonight. That just passed. Governor signed it. But what does it really mean for people in Michigan? So we've got that tonight, 10:30. Don't miss it.
You can keep your pencil
job.
out for that one. All right. The first one, let me tell you. The first one, okay, on the Trump
I got
thing,
this one.
Democrats indict him.
Indict by
And the
Democrat.
Republicans, witch hunt.
Witch hunt.
Who knows that Charlie
Write it
Langton?
down.
Nobody.